Hi Capricorns, welcome back to my channel, the Zodiac Love Tarot. I'm Jennifer Winters and this is your Capricorn March 2020 Astrology Tarot reading. Capricorns, oh my goodness, what is going on? I really think that with all these planets in Capricorn right now that we're really seeing this, just the whole universe being turned upside down with this coronavirus. And I really think it has a lot to do with the Capricorn energy because you guys are always working. You're hard workers. That's what you were born in the zodiac to do, was to teach the rest of the world how to work, how to um, really put roots down and gain monetary wealth. And now the stock market is crashing. You know, we've got Saturn, we've got Jupiter, we've got all this stuff going on in your house. And I think it's teaching us all a lesson. I think it's teaching you a lesson about, what is really important to you in your life and, what just sitting back and taking stock and maybe even taking a break. I mean, I know a lot of people have their children home with them. My daughter's home out of school right now, and she actually was on a few of the videos with me up until like Leo, and then I don't want to say got bored, but then just moved on to other things. So she's not with me tonight. But if you do want to see her looking like a deer caught in headlights in some of the videos because she got really shy, you could go back and check some of those out. But my point is that we are all, at home, and we're forced to take this break from work and really reevaluate what's going on. And a lot of people are really scared. And with that fear and that terror, with me being an empath and having most of my abilities coming from the 12th house consciousness, which is the subconscious, universal subconsciousness, is very difficult for me to pick out my signs this month, my groups, and find out what their stories are. So what I've been doing is really relying pretty heavily on the cards to give me your story. And I do want you to try to channel your energy to me for this card reading so that I can really get a sense of what's going on with you besides Corona, because that's the only channel I hear. Every time I turn it, I can't get away from it. And it's flooding my abilities. So I'm really going to need you to give me some of that energy. And then what the whole premise of this reading really is about, though, is to give you some positive energy and to find out where your luck is, because March is a month of luck. On St. Patty's Day, we have, think about leprechauns and four-leaf clovers and the luck of the Irish and the rainbows and the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but all of that's being kind of overshadowed with what everything else is going on. But I'm going to try to bring that back. And what better way to bring it back than to tell you about Jupiter and what house Jupiter is in for you, because Jupiter is the planet of luck and expansion and of wealth and prosperity, so in abundance. So we're going to find out we're going to get clarification after I get your story about how Jupiter is going to be able to help you, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is get you to give me the energy so I can find out, what your story is, Capricorn. I feel already like your world is being kind of like turned upside down. And one of the things that I'm seeing right now is clarity. The word that just popped into my mind is clarity. I'm looking around at all of um, my stones here, and the first one that I'm seeing for you is this quartz. I'm seeing that you really are looking for this clarity. I'm feeling a crystal, even though I don't have any crystal on here. I do feel it. And then I'm also feeling this. So this has to do with clarity. A lot of it has to do with clarity. So let me just find out, what the story is. I'm picking 4 cards, and then I'm reading those cards together to find out what message you're trying to send. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, this is immediately starting to make sense to me. All of your cards are upright except for the Amphiuncus. Okay, so the first card that you've got is the Canis Major. This is a card about protection. It's about uh, being a protector, about standing on lookout, on watch. It's also about hunting down things that you need to get. It's also with the Eight of Swords here in this Gemini energy, it's about communication. It's about really trying to find what serves you right now. And then I have this, which is the Omphaeus, which is the Five of Cups, which is upside down. And this is your healing card. Okay, so this is telling me that you're having some uncertainty for sure. And we also have some Neptune energy here, and we have some Scorpio energy. And I feel like what you're asking me again, this was very similar to the Scorpio reading, where you are definitely still thinking about this virus and how this virus is going to affect you, affect your family. It's also this with this protection card and this healing card being upside down. It's like you're very uncertain as to what's going to progress. Are we going to be healthy as a nation? And you're on the lookout for that. That's already becoming clear. But then on this other side here, I'm getting this Strength card and this Leo card. Leo is the Strength card. And then I'm also getting this Fixed Air, which is the Queen of Wands. So what this is telling me also, Capricorn, is that at this particular time, you are definitely having some issues with making decisions. You're having some issues with how strong you're feeling right now, but these cards are upright for you. So what this is also saying that there's no need for you to worry, okay? And that the decisions that are, I feel like the decisions that are happening that you have to make right now are being forced onto you. That's what I feel like, that the decisions are being forced. You're being forced at this time to make a lot of decisions. I've said that over and over again because it keeps coming through. I'm so sorry. Sometimes I can just get caught up in that same message over and over again, that you are, because you are being put in situations, or situations are happening with you to where you are having to either make rules or make a plan or change a plan or change some rules. Something is going on where you're having to make different decisions. And this Strength card is telling me you're strong enough to do it, but you're also just feeling like you wish you didn't have to make these decisions right now. Like things are hitting you kind of hard, I believe. And it's putting you in a growing phase. Something is going to happen on the other side of this. And so even though you're super on the lookout, you're worried about the health of the nation, you're worried about the health of your family, but at the same time, you're making decisions that are being pressed upon you, but you do have this inner will and this strength, and people are looking to you. That's another thing I'm feeling, is people are looking to you for guidance. That's what this card is. And you have this ability within you, that almost there's an ability in you, even though you're not really seeing Capricorn as the type of person who uses a lot of emotion to solve a situation, or uses a lot of, I guess, finesse or feminine sort of prowess. And even if you're a guy, like some kind of softness to your approach. You are going to be using that in the days to come, because something in the universe is pushing you in that direction to sort of be able to tame this thing that's causing you to make decisions that you really don't want to right now, but you're doing a good job at it. That's what's weird, is that even though you're being forced to make decisions, you're doing a really good job. And what your inner fire is coming out, and your inner softness is also coming out at the same time. So it's to me, it feels very transformative. And I think that it's a lot of it too is happening in the midst of a crisis. And this makes kind of sense to me with the different planets that are in your sign right now. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of decision making. There's a lot of changes. There's a lot of inner work that's going on. There's a lot of self-expression in the midst of, also this crisis that's causing you to have to take a step back. And that's what I'm seeing right here is the story that you're giving me, which is, I mean, it's a good story because there's worry, but there's also strength. So what we want to do is just clarify, what Jupiter can do for you amidst all of this to bring you some luck, to kind of throw you a bone, if that, for lack of, a better term, or align some stars for you. How about that? So right now, Capricorn, as you know, Jupiter is in your house. So it's in your first house, your house of expression, of inner self, of self-image. Okay, so that's where your luck is going to come from, and that kind of shows right here. It's this inner will inside of you that you're going to project, and this is going to actually bring you some luck and success. And before, my daughter was doing videos, I think I might have mentioned that to you, but she wrote some notes down because I was trying to teach her about the houses. And she says that your luck is going to come from being jovial and kind and altruistic and having optimism and faith and positive thinking and principles and morals and self-awareness and self-control and personality. So really think about that. Like with Jupiter being in your first house, and Jupiter is the house of, the planet of happiness and joy and luck and expansion and beauty. So with that being there, underneath all of this in this crisis, you're definitely going to have luck just coming out of you. You're going to manifest it yourself by, bringing your best self, which is being, altruistic and being kind. And we see these cards like, this makes sense now because this is, even when you're taming the beast, you're altruistic about it, or you're also using this beautiful Queen of Swords ability to decipher, what needs to be done and using that thought process in your own inner intuition to get things done. And that's positive thinking. This is your positive thinking card. And so this is the parts of your personality that is going to definitely bring you luck. But let's also just look, a few more cards for clarification as to, where else Jupiter is going to help you or just give us a little bit more of the story, okay? So let's find out. Okay. Okay, Capricorn, let's find out. Okay, let's find out. So I'm going to put, okay, I'm seeing this a lot too. I've seen this fixed fire card so many times in all of these March readings. So this is like being steadfast in the situation that we're in. I think everyone needs to do that, is really use just the, and also we see this Leo energy again. Use your, it's not enough right now to just be thinking about the situation like, like you would be with this fixed air card. You are also going to have to sort of set down the rules. Like that's what I was talking about earlier, is that all these decisions are being set on you. You may have to change rules or start something. So you're going to have to think about, not just think about, but put into motion something new for yourself, something that applies to other people as well. And you're going to have to use this courage and this strength. So if you think about a situation and a person thinks it out really well, but then they think it out really well and they say, here's the answer, but they don't do anything about it. There's no action. This is a card of saying you need to have fixed action towards it. You need to come up with a plan, and then you need to execute it, and you need to be unfaltering in that execution. So that's what this card has been telling me. And then we have this summer card for you. this tells me that it's upside down, so it tells me that things are that you're holding off on something until the summertime. And that could just mean that something that is being pressed upon you might change somewhere in the summer, like things will be settled a lot more. But right now they're not. And then once your hard work pays off, or this action that you're taking pays off, it's going to blossom. And then you're going to have this new sort of energy. And in that energy, you're going to have that Leo energy again. So there's a lot of strength going on in these cards. And then the Cancer energy of, bringing passion to what you do and understanding and nurturing to what you do. And then also there's, I'm looking at this. This is the Virgo energy. So also again, bringing more work and more judgment to the things that you're doing, and you're doing well. And then lastly, we have upright for you. We have the Ten of Pentacles. That is telling me that definitely Jupiter is going to gift you, and it's going to gift you in such a way that you're going to almost feel like reborn. If you can see this card here. And this is the Earth card. It's almost like Earth is going to be reborn. And that's kind of scary in a way because we don't know really what, this coronavirus is going to do and how it's going to act. But it seems to me like the world, it's like the Earth itself is going to have some sort of rebirth, and it's going to have something to do with all these planets being in your house, Capricorn. So, but Jupiter, the message that could come out of this, is super positive because it's like on the other side of this tragedy, there's going to be a wonderful, peaceful sort of aftermath, and that's good. And it's lucky for you because it seems like whatever actions are being or whatever decisions are being forced on you right now, if you're just steadfast about them and you move forward and you take action, then things are going to blossom for you in the summer. And then also the Earth is going to have this kind of rebirth, and that's going to somehow pay off for you, Capricorn. It's going to bring you some sort of wealth or some sort of happiness or some sort of peace or some sort of really positive transformation. So that's where, just being reborn again, like after, with Jupiter, it's saying like he's trying to replant you, regrow you, redo all these things. That's why this stuff is happening. And it looks really positive though at the end, doesn't it? It looks really, really positive. And I don't want to say the end, but I want to say the end of this phase that we're going through right now. It seems really positive, not just for your sign, but for other signs, for the Earth. Like I'm really feeling a lot of 12th house energy in this reading. So it's a collective. It's not just about you, Capricorn. It's about everybody in your role in it. Okay. Whew. Wow, that was super. That was super 12th house deep. Oh my gosh, my hair keeps getting in my eyeball. So thank you so much, Capricorn, for joining, and thank you for letting me see this story because this is making me feel like super hopeful. Okay, like there's gonna be just something about your strength and your determination and your decision making and your will is going to bend things for all of us. So don't think that like just you as an individual person that like you don't have any sort of impact because you do. Your spirit is collective with other spirits, especially other Capricorns, and together this is how you guys are going to mold and shape the rest of us and it shape the universe, especially with all of these planets being in your sign. So you guys are the makers and the shakers right now, okay? Collectively, that is what's going on. And thank you for telling me this story. This is far out. I really, 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 really dig it, and I really dig this card. I think that's amazing. It's just like this. Everything is going to be reborn. That gives me a lot of positive energy. So thank you so much, Capricorn, for joining me back at the Zodiac Love Tarot, and I hope to be making some more videos that you might be interested in. And if you didn't get a chance to celebrate Patty's Day, woohoo, I got your candle for you. And I didn't get to March. You didn't get to March. No one did. But, we can still sort of channel some of that luck and some of that positivity, especially in these trying times. So thank you so much. Capricorn, and I'll see you next time. Bye.